Alright guys, jumping back into Final Fantasy X-2 Blitzball. So we just did a super video where we did like an hour and a half of Blitzball. So now what we're doing here is I don't know, I don't want to say we're done, but like we're just getting some more intensive trainings, right? So we're going for intensive training range. I'm also looking at like what we're actually doing for teamwork. Yeah, that all seems good. Wait, what am I doing? Center attack. So basically, think of this moment in our Blitzball career as the moment where we just start dominating. Like, we don't lose. I'm gonna make a bold claim. We don't lose games from here on out. Like 100%. Like, we just don't lose anything. So we're gonna do some intensive training teamwork first. I think that's okay, and then I think in the next, like once we, oh, I guess we're doing that pointlessly. And that's fine. Once we get some more points after all of this, then we are going to be, we're going to be going for the, gosh, why can't I think today? I guess I did get up kind of early. I got like 4 in the morning. But we're going to be going for, just scrimmages and stuff like that. I feel like I'm an old man. I don't even remember what I'm talking about. I just start losing my words. That's not good commentary. It's like, what's this guy doing? Yeah, but I feel really confident about our situation here. And in all honesty, we're going for intensive training range. I didn't know you could even get that, because range is like a static stat. It doesn't change. You can't increase it. You can't improve it. I thought that, to my knowledge, you can. But it was kind of interesting that a static stat can increase. So the question now is there an intensive training speed? Is that a thing? If it is, I mean, the perfect Blitzball team journey. You just wait for it. Oh my gosh, we are gonna absolutely dominate. I'm actually really confident we could probably get like max stats for our entire team and a perfect Blitzball team, like expedition, if you will. Alright, well, let's do this a little bit more. You know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna do that whole like, oh, like it's impossible for us to lose, and then like we're gonna face like the Albed Sykes first. Oh, the Ronso Fangs. That's fine, actually. So it's gonna be the Guado Glories versus the Kilika Beasts, and we are taking on the Ronso Fangs. I'm excited. Let's look forward to this. First, the Guado Glories have to defeat the Guado Glories have to defeat the Kilika Beasts. Yeah, I probably should sleep more. Getting up at 4 in the morning. I don't know what it was. I mean, this is personal vlogging at this point, but yeah, I went to bed like last night at like 11 p.m. and then got up at 4 this morning. I don't know. I'm just couldn't sleep. It was the Blitzball, man. It's on the mind. That's probably what happened. So we're gonna do overhead for this one. I have a lot of confidence that we can absolutely grind the Ronso Fangs into dust. And we're actually gonna go for intensive training. We're gonna be going for some pressure. I feel pretty confident about this. We get a ridiculous, disgusting amount of experience, or command points, whatever you call them. The points to increase our stats, really. Like it'll be fine. So, yeah. And we're already what, 3-0. Oh my gosh, it's so gross. And this is where you see genuinely the teamwork come into play. If you see that text scrolling, all of it is setting up for a volley, and the volleys happen because of the teamwork. The main issue we have is Pain doesn't shoot the ball when she gets it, or she loses it from a tackle. We don't have to worry about that in a volley situation because she can't lose it. She just immediately shoots it. So very, very happy with that. But yeah, Pain has got quite a few points. Gonna give brother his due. And then here we are going to... Is it even worth... I don't think it's worth decreasing fatigue. I think if people get injured, they get injured. So this is his time. It is Biggs' time to shine. Biggs and Yuna. Biggs and Yuna's time to get injured. Let's go. Some more shoot. I mean, really Big's more everything. It's kind of impressive, actually. But yeah, what we're doing here is we initially cared about pain only because the issues we encountered were the fact that we couldn't lose games if Biggs and Yuna were good, right? Like, we needed them to be bad, but we no longer lose games. We don't want that. We want to win every game. So, very, very promising situation. Biggs is recovered, and then let's just jump right back into it. So, doing the scrimmage. I'm hopeful that this will make a big difference, and I think alongside this, we might need to consider a change of formation. Like, do we change our formation for this? Because it kind of seems like a good idea to me. You're gonna be seeing a lot of injuries. That's the problem with scrimmages. And honestly, if I was a smarter Blitzball player, what I would be doing is biorhythms, and then scrimmage, biorhythms, then scrimmage. I guess let's try that. I think that was what was suggested to me from Jack Ryan's or Fafnir Fang. They had mentioned biorhythms and scrimmage, and then so on and so forth. So really, because really what you're, like, the blue numbers higher is what you're looking for. So yeah, let's do counseling. I want to say that's what we're doing. So we do that. Then we're going to do a scrimmage. I want to say this is how you're supposed to do it. Wait, no, you can increase range. What was I said you couldn't, but it actually looks like you can. I didn't know that. And he takes significantly less fatigue, I see. I could see how the biorhythms is useful. That's the one thing I feel bad about, because, like, it takes so long to actually, like, go through and increase stats after, because we have so many points. Like, it's disgusting the amount of points we have. It really is. I don't know, similar to Final Fantasy X though, I like to see the, or at least like to show the progress of our players. I'm curious. Can I get them even higher? I mean, a decent amount? Okay. Alright, let's go through. I mean, I feel like with the amount of points we have especially, like, we should, in all reasonable situations, be able to, like, max level Biggs here, or get him close. I feel very confident about that situation. So my whole idea here, and I'm actually curious to hear you guys' thoughts, is I want to biorhythm twice, or counsel twice, whatever you want to call it, right? And then scrimmage until I get injured. That's probably not the best way to do it, but that's how I'm feeling like we should. I accidentally misclicked there. So good pass block, endurance. All in all, Biggs and Wedge have been severely unloved. They have not been members of our team that have been impactful in their roles. So we want to at least, like, kind of remedy that or something. You know, some sort of, like, assistance. Yeah, I will say as well, it still disappoints me that Biggs is on this team. Biggs and Wedge, like, on the default team. I feel like there was a lot of better opportunities. It seems weird that people that we've never really seen at all in the game aren't on our team. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't seem relevant. It just feels like they should be someone else. That's the thing, it's hard. Barkeep's one, so Barkeep should be on the team as a Hypello. I mean, it's fine, unless Spirit's got some weird Hypello issues where they can't be on teams, but I think that's more than reasonable. But the question is, who replaces Wedge? I mean, Wedge or Biggs. Like who's that last person that fills in besides Barkeep? Here's my thought process, and it's not perfect, but this is what I think. I think Awaka should cover it. And here's the reason. A large portion of the game is based around you helping Awaka with his situations and stuff. And I feel like Blitzball in general, stupidly enough, is kind of based off your completion percentage. Because you literally cannot see other teams unless you beat in the game and like have X percentage. It's really dumb, but it is what it is. So I think Awaka should be a member of your team as like a little hint, like, oh, you helped him out. And then I think his stats, and this is where I'm gonna get really crazy, his stats should be based on like when you helped him or like if you helped him and stuff like that. The only issue I see with that is I think there's a realistic possibility that if you never help Awaka, he's supposed to be in Beacon now digging, and if he's not, then that doesn't make sense. But that seems good, right? Like that seems like a good option, I feel. All right, Glories versus Goers, us versus Sykes. I just feel like Biggs and Wedge have no relevant like connection to our players at all. Like they're not part of the Gullwings. They have no. I mean, honestly, like. This is gonna get really bonkers and really dumb, but I would have taken like Biggs was hired as a security guard on the airship by Brother or something, because Brother was like paranoid after the fiends entered the ship in 10 or whatever. You know what I mean? Something like that. Like I would have accepted that reason. It's like, oh, he is a part of the Gullwings, but they don't do that, you know. I mean that's pretty loose. That's a pretty loose like reasoning, but I think it's one that I would begrudgingly accept. You know what I mean? I just find it hard to believe that like Biggs and Wedge were just recruited. I guess you could be like, you were at the Blitzball area and you wanted to play, and then they just volunteered or whatever. I suppose. I don't know. Am I alone in this? It makes no sense. Biggs and Wedge are on this team. I know this has been like a 5-minute rant on it, I think, but I feel like I'm right. Oh, Eager fumbles the ball. Nice. Oh, sorry, pass it to Judah. Or no, Judah fumbles the ball. Pass the Wake in. Man, the game's so quick, I can't even keep up. Yeah. It's just my brain has lag today, apparently. I've got some high ping in the neurological arena. Hey, Biggs has got the ball, and he could score. Isn't that just shocking? Oh, but he does the right thing. He sets up Payne for the volley. That's what we're here for, man. Here for the Payne volleys. I mean, here's the thing. If the Sykes can't take us out, no one can take us out. Yeah, Blappa sets up Eager for an overhead volley. I like how they do that, and it's like, no, that was literally just a fumble. Like, don't try to like correct yourself. Oh, but Biggs with the block. I mean, what a solid player. The thing that scares me about this entire situation is Biggs' blocking attempts and everything, and my whole plan is to trade my team to an opposing team. So when Biggs is on the other team and he's got all his intensive trainings, I might make a literal. So I'm gonna steal all the kill beasts, and that's how we're gonna do it. But I might make a literal like unwinnable, like, or unbeatable team. So I mean, my question for you now is, if I max level the kill beasts in all their stuff, like not intensive trainings, just max level, is there a world where I could beat Gullwings, max everything, intensive training, everything? And I feel like that answer is a solid no. I do. I feel like that answer is a no. I feel like it's no, you cannot. So we'll see. So here's the thing. If it does not work, what I'll be doing is I'll be playing as the Gullwings up until their stats are maxed, but I won't be like doing their intensive trainings. I know the question now is like, well, you've already done them. If you guys don't know, I mentioned this a few videos ago. I'm actually not using this save to transfer like all the players, because I think this is a bad save. I didn't realize when I did this that the Xanark and Apes and the Sado Rocks were locked behind completion percentage, because I skipped everything in the game and just did every hotspot mission until I got the Blitzball. So what I'm doing now is I'm making a perfect save. So I'm playing through the game, getting 120%, and then when I play Blitzball on that save, we should also have the Xanark and Abes and the Killica Beasts as, you know, prospects. The benefit with 10-2 is the stats are static. Like, there's no techniques that I'd have to learn in order to, like, make it perfect. The stats are always the same, whatever, and, I mean, I can really quickly simulate a journey in 99 with that save, because if I just do overhead games, like, it'll be fine. Yeah, it should be pretty easy. Yeah, it's not perfect, but I'll get that all going. Yeah, I have a strong suspicion that trading for all the Xanark and Abes players is gonna put us in a situation where we can, like, make a perfect team just off that and intensive training. The only flip side I can think of, you know how you sometimes get players who already have, like, techniques? I mean, there's only 2 techniques in the game, but whatever, right? The overhead shot and then the invisible shot / corkscrew. But I wonder if we could trade for, like, Xanark and Abes players, but find out they already have intensive training. Like, I feel like that might be a thing. Like teams that already have players with intensive training. Which, if that's the case, then that's going to make it much more complicated to make the perfect team. It is kind of weird because I did it backwards. When I did the Final Fantasy X journey, the perfect Blitzball team was the first one I went for. And I feel like, honestly, I do kind of feel like I messed up. I feel like I should have done the same here. I shouldn't have done the Gullwings Mastery journey. I should have gone for, like, Journey to the perfect Blitzball team for 10-2. Because I feel like that's a good starting point. Yeah, just to keep it all uniform. I mean, it's not the worst thing. Oh, Eager's injured. That's a foul. But the ref doesn't call the foul. Alright. Well, we 5-0 the Albed Sykes. So, I mean, we certainly win. That was an absolute brutal game. Yeah. And I'm going to be honest, like, with our increase of training and stuff, expect, most likely, much longer games. So let's do this the proper way. It's going to take forever if we just do, like, one person at a time. I think Biggs is good enough now. And really we want an intensive training pain, because there might still be some stats to increase. Nice. Yeah, this might be better. I know I'm getting people, like, off the bench injured and stuff like that. I don't want to actually, like, apply the biorhythms yet. I want to keep it all uniform because I feel like that's gonna actually be a lot quicker to do it just all at once. So, like, biorhythms twice and then scrimmage, and then once everyone's injured, then heal them all, and so on and so forth, right? I suppose there might be a question of, like, timing. So, like, if I get them all injured and I have 0 points, that's not ideal. That's pretty, some would say that's pretty bad, but we'll figure it out here. Oh, wow. Yuna's injured now, too. And Biggs, he didn't even increase anything. That's just disappointing. Alright, we're actually going to switch it up a lot here. And we're going to look at Wedge. Wedge looks like a man who could probably use a little bit more numbers under his belt. I mean, he was never nearly as bad as Biggs, but still, he's got some stuff to improve. I mean, namely attack is actually, that's really important. And then shoot and catch, but we didn't really care about that in general anyways. Let's just do some scrimmage. We're kind of lower on points, so I want to see if we can just get some scrimmages done, get an injury, and then, you know, heal from there. That's perfect. Injuries are interesting in this game because there's no real, like, when you think about like real life sports, like there's consequences to injuries. Like players get injured and then they don't play the same, but there's really nothing like that in Blitzball. It would be an interesting feature, but I think it probably would be kind of annoying, where it's like Wedge gets injured, and then if he gets like a serious injury, then it's like permanent like max attack is now lowered. That would be interesting. I don't know if it'd work that well though. I don't know. I'm kind of torn on it. Say waterfall workout, nice. So we are going into the match against the Luca Goers. Guado Glory's taking on the Albed Sykes. Against my better judgment, I am going to overhead this one. I don't really see foresee any issues here. I was going to say, I want to see if I can 7-0 him, but now the question is, can I win? I mean, looking at how this is going. I mean, come on. We increased our stats. So this should be a win. In theory. Nice. Easy times. 2-0. I mean, not a commanding win, but a win nonetheless. And then we are actually looking at sending Rikku away for intensive training range. And there it is. Final score. So we 2-0 the Goers and Sykes 2-1 the Glories. I'm just surprised the Glories scored. I mean, that was kind of impressive. All right. Tournament is over. We are number 1. I'm going to send Rikku. She's got to be close to, like, finished at this point. Nice. Nice. Alright, well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. When you come back, we're going to be playing more Blitzball. Until next time.